friends, I was getting, let's do a reading on how are you getting on people's nerves. Thank you for clicking in, by the way. Thank you for subscribing and do like and comment. The first thing I got is that you're pissing people off. You're annoying them, okay, by keeping your mouth shut. You aren't saying anything. You are not saying anything and you're getting on people's nerves because of the silence that you have been maintaining so beautifully for such a long time. And because you're keeping so silent, they don't know what is going to be your next move. They keep sending people to talk to you to find out what you're up to, and you are saying nothing. In fact, you are being so smart, you may have offended these people who came under the guise of friendship to find out whatever it is that you're up to. And because you offended them, now they have no way of finding out what you're up to and no ways of spoiling your plans. And what are your plans? Freedom, I'm hearing. Freedom is your plan. Freedom is your agenda. Freedom is your top priority. Freedom from what? And freedom from whom? Freedom from all these narcissists, gaslighters who have been holding you back and have been projecting their own insecurities onto you. Very, I'm hearing relentlessly and mercilessly since over a decade now. Okay, so you finally you finally said you don't want to go through any of this bullshit anymore. And for a long time, you may have felt so stuck because you may have felt very powerless as to how to get out of these people's clutches. But finally, the day you decided you want to get out of this bullshit story that people have, you know, defined you with, is the day you were able to think. I saw the hangman. So it was the day you were able to think. You changed your perspective and you decided, yes, I'm willing to look at this differently and I'm willing to approach this problem differently. The moment you said that is when your mind really started working, and that's when you started to get ideas. One of the things that the first advice that you had was to keep your mouth shut. Because like I said, because you're keeping your mouth shut, these people don't know what to do. These people are the ones who would always provoke you and get a reaction out of you, you know, and that's how they manipulated you. That's how they gaslit you. That's how they poked holes in your credibility, I heard. So, having understood this, you decided to go into hermit mode. You decided to become a high priestess and say nothing. You decided to become the hierophant and tap into a higher wisdom, a higher power to guide you every step of the way. With the hangman and the hierophant, you decided to surrender. You asked for help from the divine and you decided to surrender your ideas, your power struggles, your opinions about how you need to go about it, and just allow the spirit guides to come through and guide you every step of the way. And that, more than anything else, has worked in your favor. Now, when you are moving in silence, when you're moving under divine guidance, even you yourself never know what you're going to do next. Okay, so that is the most beautiful part. And because you yourself don't know what you're going to do next, never are they ever going to find out. Okay, because this surrender of yours to the divine, this surrender of yours to the divine will, the divine guidance, is something your spirit guides really are very proud of you, and they applaud you for that, because it's not easy, first and foremost, but they are very proud that you're doing exactly whatever they tell you to do, and they have been giving you a lot of guidance. So what is now I'm seeing the page of swords reversed. With these people all constantly spying on you, one of your moves has been that you are moving in ways that they don't know, and at times that they don't expect. So maybe they have people spying on you, they have sent a lot of flying monkeys behind you to keep an eye on you and this and that, but you're navigating in such unpredictable ways that they are just not able to keep track of you, and this is annoying them, this is pissing them off, because their whole structure is falling apart. The whole idea is to move. It's it's like it's like a chess game, they in fact, you were not even moving on your own, you were a pawn in their game of chess against other people. Okay, so they really put you. Oh, they made you fight battles that are not yours. That's really bad. And it was like, they made you fight battles that are not yours, which also made you which made you, a lot of enemies for no rhyme and reason. And kept putting you on the back foot, where you were always having to defend yourself, where you were always explaining yourself, where you were always justifying yourself. And when you couldn't do anything else, you would just literally sit and cry, maybe. So they loved to see you in tears, and you're annoying them because they don't get to see you. And if they have glimpses of you here and there, you're doing very well for yourself. You're doing very well for yourself. And that's getting to them. That's getting to them. Their whole life. What kind of people are this? The whole life happiness is dependent on you being unhappy. And that's the one thing that they're not able to do, is make you unhappy, because you have tapped into the higher power in a way that you feel more satisfied, you feel more at peace. Even then, when there is a lot of chaos around you, you seem very centered, you seem very, you seem as if you have got all your power back to you. So they are not able to make you move the way they want you to move. They are not able to make you cry the way they want you to cry, the way they have always been successful in making you cry. Then I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles now. They have always breadcrumbed you, and you have, like, well, you have been breadcrumbed, and well, you were playing along. Let's just put it that way, in a nice fashion. And now you're not accepting their breadcrumbs. Now you're standing in your power, and now you're saying a no. Literally, I heard the word no. You said no to something. You said no to abuse of power. This is about a toxic work environment. This is about a toxic work environment, and you said a no. That no was very surprising. They didn't expect it, and they thought, okay, she's saying a no, but she's not going to be able to do anything about that no. We have more power, we have more wherewithal, we have more people on our side. We have this, we have that. What they forgot is that you have the divine on your side, and that's how you win everything in life. How else do you win anything? Especially when you're dealing with such kind of people. Without divine help, you're not going to be able to succeed. You're not going to be able to do anything. And the divine has seen you suffer a lot and decided that you have paid your karmic debts, and that is why you're getting so many divine guidance and help and protection. You paid your karmic debts by not resorting to the same underhanded things that these people were doing. You had every reason to dish out the way they did, but you chose not to. Maybe you felt helpless. That is also a divine protection in some ways, that you're so helpless that you are not creating that kind of a karma for yourself by doing as you are being done to. Okay, so that you may have felt you're not able to take revenge, you're not able to put them in their place, but in some ways that is how you have earned, that is how you have earned your blessings. This peace that you are having in your heart, this centeredness, this divine protection and guidance that is leading the way for you. Even your ability to surrender to divine guidance, to call in the divine, the answer of the divine. All this is these are blessings that you have earned. Okay. I'm hearing sometimes blessings are not earned, but the divine is, it's just divine grace, irrespective of whether you deserve it or not. Okay, that's one way. But definitely you have prayed, you have cried a lot. These people feel very helpless now. They feel very frustrated. I heard they feel impotent. So some of this might have been coming from somebody being obsessed with you. Okay, obsessed with you in a very devilish, lusty kind of a way. Mm. You know, when you reject someone's advances, sometimes they become totally, the ego gets hurt. Then they pursue you very relentlessly, and this is what this is. They have their flying monkeys, they have their team, they have their boys' club, okay, to gang up on, to gang stalk. We have all laws, but divine law is the best to tap into. And that's what you have done. Probably you have done a lot of trauma healing through tapping. You have released a lot of fears, okay, so which is again making them angry because they used to feed on your fear. In many ways, you were feeding them with all your fears, with all your negative self belief that they put in your head, but you believed it, you accepted it, you imbibed that energy into you, which was in turn feeding. So it was a very vicious circle, okay? And you broke free, and now they are hungry, they are untethered. I wouldn't be surprised if these are kind of low vibing entities that they had, okay, who had hooked into your energy. That's why boundaries are so important. That's why prayers are so important. That's why, the company you choose is so important. At one point of time, it's not about, just getting along with everybody, because you do not know the space that they are coming from. You have to be selective. And finally you were able to be selective, because now I'm seeing the three of pentacles and the three of cups. So yeah, because you cut these energetic cords, okay, you may have done karma healing. That's how you freed yourself and called in high vibe people. And this is again a cause for misery and jealousy and envy for your enemies, because they always surrounded you with their people. Okay, they literally suffocated you, and they made you to be such a, they gave you a reputation whereby nobody else wanted to connect with you. Yeah, character assassination is very common. these people have also attacked your finances. And while they attacked your finances successfully, you're still doing well. Still doing well. And they can't believe it. They can't believe that you're doing well financially. They were like, we hold the purse strings. Strings, literally, I'm again seeing the devil energy, like a puppet, they made you dance. This is very negative and very, very toxic. Breaking free must not easy to break free. It was not so simple to break free, but you have succeeded. That's how you're pissing off your enemies. That's how you're getting on these people's nerves. They have lost control over you. The one thing that they banked on, the one thing that they relied on, the one thing that they knew was to control you. That was their master key. And they have no access to you. Some of these people don't have any access to you. You have blocked them, you have denied them. I'm telling you, it is the power of no. It's the power of no and standing by that no, whatever it takes. I'm seeing the Emperor card. You know, Emperor is old, he has experience, and he's ready to wage a war. He's not afraid. Okay, and when you're going to war, you're like, okay, I'll live, I'll die, whatever. And they never thought you would make a choice like that. In fact, they didn't even think you would attack them. They had faith in your foolishness, I'm hearing. They manipulated you emotionally so much that they were the only people around you. So you could only turn to them in times of distress. And that's what they took advantage of. So it's a very complicated, intricate, naughty situation. Okay? They had you from all corners, I'm hearing. That's why they are a bit in shock. They are like, we were so many and she was alone. How was she able to escape? How has this happened? Somebody's asking this question to these people. How did she escape? And this is how you're pissing off your enemies, and continue doing that. Continue relying on the divine. Follow the divine guidance. Keep your channel clean so that you don't miss the guidance from the divine. And you're doing very well for yourself. Bye.